audio into this fucking thing. Here we go. It's not working. God damn it. Hey, hopefully everybody's listening there. I'm going to play this track and try to figure out what's going on. This is a debut track from BEASTFACE. This one's called Big Belt Buckle. Take a listen. We'll be right back. Hey, what's happening, folks? Oh, Jesus, hold on a second here. I'm having all kinds of goofy difficulties here. I've got to try to get this cam shot. Okay, there we go. It is working. Yes. Yes, yes. All right, sweet. Yes, it's working. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. What do you know, man?
Living, you know.
So Matt, you just played a show with your side project, right?
Yeah. Gwar's all we know.
Yeah, up in Wasco's.
yeah. Wasco's.
So how was that?
It was a lot of fun for sure. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see the butt chug?
I just missed it the night before, so no, unfortunately, but I heard stories. So
yeah, what a crazy thing!
I can visualize the rest. So.
Yeah. Did you hear the whole story?
I heard the whole story.
That's funny.
It's kind of wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasco's though, you know what can you do?
Hell yeah! That was your first time up there too?
Yeah, we've been asked to play a couple times, but the first time up there, and I'm glad it was the first time. It was good for a good cause and all that.
Yeah,
we had a blast playing it, and all the bands crushed. So good to get out finally again.
Yeah, was that weird or what?
Not as weird as I thought. I was kind of nervous at first for 10 seconds, like, oh wait, and just went into it. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Not as bad as I thought. So.
It's pretty refreshing to be out with everyone and to to experience that whole vibe again, man. It was like I was kind of shell shocked at first. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, is this really going on? I was like, how fucking, you just cooped up for too long, man.
Felt like a heavy metal like camp or something.
Yeah.
You just go up there and drink and play some music and see some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see any other crazy events?
Just what happened at our campsite with the fireworks in the morning, but other than that, not really too much craziness.
You got to see somebody's nutsack get tased or what?
Yeah, well, I saw a video of,
Yeah.
and the guy took it like a champ, better than I probably would, that's for sure.
Oh, holy shit! Oh man,
I'd probably still be puking or something.
Right,
I don't know.
right. So my first question is what's the name of your other band?
The main one's Volsungasaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed up saying it live all the time,
Yeah.
so that's fun. But yeah, that's the thing there, and pagan folk metal, Viking metal type thing.
How'd you guys come up with that name?
That's all bass player Walter. Volsungasaga is an old text from back in the day, and he's like, let's just combine them, and that was it, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
And what did you guys? How did you guys get into that style of metal?
Well, I know Walter's always been kind of into it. Jake, my co-guitar player,
Yeah.
he's really been into it, and I've gotten into not too long ago, and it just has everything that I really like about it. Epicness. Still kind of cheesy, which is always good.
Right.
Great riffs.
It makes it fun though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing this kind of music.
I think metal folks are notorious for that.
Oh,
When you first get going, you're like, I want to be the heaviest, hardest, fucking, longest hair spinningest, fucking,
Yeah.
I listen to nothing but Venom, bro.
Well, I don't have to say on that, I guess.
So now, I always ask this question. It's kind of like a staple here on the podcast. What were you listening to? What were your folks listening to? Your brothers and sisters, people around you when you were a kid. What kind of stuff were you listening to? What was going on in the house? But what kind of led you to the heavier stuff?
Well, when I was living with my grandma, she was listening to like Yanni and Genesis with Phil Collins, not the cool artsy one.
Yeah.
With Peter Gabriel. And then I remember visiting my dad for the first time after not seeing him in a bit, and he played me Nevermind, and that was it. Explosion, just everything. That was it from there. And then went to Metallica, and then my brother showed me Death. I was
Wait
like,
a second. So you went from Nevermore. So you went from Yanni style stuff like
to Nirvana.
Yeah. Okay. And then from Nirvana to
Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Death.
Yeah.
And then from there on, I was just as heavy as it can get.
Yeah.
So
now is guitar like your main instrument? Did you start playing guitar?
I wanted to play bass at first when I saw a stringed instrument in action, but then my dad showed me a little bit on guitar, and I was like, that's it. Like the Fade to Black, da-da.
Yeah.
That was it. I was into guitar after that. So yeah, it's definitely my main instrument. I can play drums a little bit, get around on the bass, but guitar is definitely the thing.
So what age did you start playing?
I started in high school for a little bit, for a couple of years, and I stopped playing when I went to Job Corps and stuff like that. So I probably picked it back up seriously around, 22. I should be a lot better than I am, but that's when I started playing for real. So about 22 is when I started really going for it. So
yeah. Hey, what's up to Adam D? What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Craig Rosen's beard always checking in. What's up, motherfucker? Good to see you, buddy. So with the now, have you guys been practicing and writing and doing all the stuff during this whole COVID thing, or did you guys take a good long break? Because you got kids too, right?
Yeah, I got kids, but we took a little bit of a break for Volsungasaga because my co-guitar player, he had parents at risk and stuff like that. So I respect, we had to keep it cool.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Gwar thing kept pretty active throughout the whole thing. So it's
getting
kind
your
of
chops
nice
worked.
to keep my chops up for sure.
Right.
So, but Volsungasaga's been back in action for a little while now. We got a new drummer. And I've just been writing and trying to finish up stuff. So.
Now you also work at like one of the top premier guitar shops in town too, right?
Fortunate enough to work at Capital Guitars for sure.
Now, how did you catch that gig?
Oh man, I was telling my buddy Jake, I'm like, I want to work at a guitar shop. Next day they posted something on Facebook looking for help. I'm like, well, that's it. So I kept pestering them pestering one in their fill out application, all that kind of jazz, and just bug them, and they gave me a shot. So.
Yeah. How long you been there?
It'll be 5 years in February,
Nice.
which is just wild because it happened just like yesterday, it seems.
Yeah. And you got to meet killer guitar icons and shit?
Yeah, I got to meet some cool people. Holt being the coolest by far.
Really?
But Broderick's awesome. All the guys I've met have been really cool.
Who have you met in there?
Broderick.
Yep.
Lexi from Chillin' Bodum.
Okay.
Gary Holt. Like I said, that's really about it that I can remember off the top of my head.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool, yeah.
Did they have Dave Ellefson in there one time too?
They did, but that's before my time.
That's before the incident?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know the timeline, but definitely before my time.
All right. That's kind of crazy. Well, now, were you working at the one that was downtown? Did you start there? Okay.
The Selby location is where I started.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a cooler location. I like that. It's bigger.
Pretty nice. Yeah. The parking's kind of a hassle sometimes if the streets are full.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, it's a great location.
And
really.
you guys do lessons and everything there?
Yep, lessons, repairs, kind of do it all, really.
Yeah.
Amp stuff. So.
What do you do there?
Everything that needs to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, mat work, which is cleaning and anything else. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yep. Give me that guitar. Fucking put it back up there.
Yeah, hassling people.
Yeah.
For sure.
You go and test them out for people or what? This one's pretty. Wow, just dive bomb them or what?
Oh, you guys need help, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
And then I won't really try showing anyone up because they'll just whip me. So whatever.
Yeah. Just standing there like.
Yeah, we had some shredders come in for sure, man. It's
Right.
like, oh, all right, you got to practice. Especially the youngins, man. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
YouTube.
You catch any of the young cats up in Wasco's?
Yeah, that one band that I was talking to you about, I didn't catch their name. Or
Defiled Sacrament.
Yeah,
them
they're really
cats?
young
young kids. Yeah,
7
those
and 8-string guitars, I think they had.
some crazy
going
shit.
on.
Yeah.
Somehow still doing bass drops. I don't know. It was cool.
Well, the dude, yeah, he was fucking hitting that 808 back there.
Oh,
with
nice. I
with
was
his
like,
stick, yeah.
nice. I liked it.
Yeah, they were throwing down, man. I was
sure.
really surprised. Like kids that young. I was standing back, just going, man, I was never that good at that age. You know
Going
what I mean?
for it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, balls to the wall. And they're from right down the street from here too.
Oh, really?
In Fridley, yeah. I was
Nice.
asking them like, where the hell are you guys from, man? You guys are heavy as balls. So if you get a chance and you're into heavy stuff, check out Defiled Sacrament. They're cool stuff. I did take pictures of a lot of people. I'm trying to get this new camera worked in, man, and I always get super intimidated by guys like Bud Ingram, and he's such a sweetheart of a dude. But him and Dave Urbine, I'm just like, I'm gonna take my little photos, and then you see their shit, and you're like, oh man,
You took some good stuff, though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it was cool.
It was fun. It was good stuff. I really had a good time just kind of chilling and
It was the best.
Yeah, wandering around, and it was really, really good to be out and to see so many people, showing up for a good cause, and it was good. It was a good time.
That was the best part. Just so many people turned out for it.
Yeah.
And every band just crushed. So
Yeah.
Good kickoff.
So
to speak.
now to get back to what we were talking about here with now you were saying Nevermore was one of those bands that kind of shoved you into the heavies or what?
No, I didn't get into Nevermore till a little bit later on.
Okay.
But I don't want to say I'm really into them. I know of them, listen to them a little bit. But
Right.
Death, that was definitely the thing that got me. Sound of
Which album?
Perseverance,
Okay.
for sure. To me, is one of the perfect albums. Humans cool, all of them are cool, but that to me, maybe because of memories or something, but
Sure.
that definitely is the pinnacle for me.
Did you ever get a chance to see him before
No.
Chuck passed away?
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, I got to see him on Leprosy, Spiritual Healing, and Human.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to see him on Spiritual Healing twice, Human one time, and that was in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It was in this small-ass gymnasium, dude. Sinister, I think, and Soylent Green. I want to say maybe Mortiskull played that show too, but it was fucking unbelievable, man.
Seen Chuck shred in a gym.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was so cool. I remember seeing him on Spiritual Healing in a gymnasium like that too, and man, Bill Andrews. That's what he did when he played drums. Is like he's chewing gum, just throwing down. It was really cool. What are some of your other inspirations for the stuff that you write and to kind of get you going in that stuff?
I'm just really a riff guy, so Sabbath always gets me going. With Ozzy. I'm gonna get some hate for that for sure. But yeah, Ozzy, just the riff stuff and just thinking about woods and stuff. It sounds corny, but I'm from the sticks up in northern Minnesota, so it's just thinking of that kind of atmosphere still kind of gets me going.
Hell yeah.
So
nothing wrong with that.
No, it's
lumberjacking.
Yeah, there's some of them up there, man.
Yeah. So Adam D wants to says, Mr. Matt, what guitar brand do you play? Also, what amp are you rocking right now?
Oh, gear, finally. I play Gibson Flying V, and through I just got a Marshall 1968 cab. I also play a JCM 2000 dual super lead Marshall for my amp. My pedals are pretty basic. I really don't too much with them. I got a phaser, a reverb, tuner, and a delay. That's really about it.
So just like a small pedal board?
Yeah, if that thing goes down in the middle of the store, I could just plug it into my amp and be okay.
Yeah.
It's just a flavor when I'm bored or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now with the let me see here, Adam C Dizzle. Let me see here. What's up, Jeff? How's it going, man? So with what year Gibson is that? Is it?
It's 2006.
Okay.
Yeah. And also in the Gwar project, Gwar cover project, I play a Jackson Rhodes Crackle they just came out with. So.
Yeah. I saw that one the other night.
Yeah, that's what I was playing at Wasco's. I like that thing.
Yeah. What is it about V's that you enjoy the most?
I don't know. I mean, the Gibson V to me is a perfect guitar. Again, I'll get some hate, but it is what it is. But I don't know what it is. They're just really comfortable. They're perfect sitting down. You can sit on your couch for hours and play it. That's what I do, and it's just they're comfortable.
Yes, I enjoy. Sorry, there's like people popping in. It's.
Oh, no worries.
I was just talking to my friend about how it's difficult to have a conversation and like see things pop up out of the corner of your eye, and you want to like keep everybody involved in the whole thing.
For sure, I'm seeing a lot of shiny things around here. I'm like, all right, keep it cool.
Squirreling. I squirrel quite a bit, man. Yeah. So, what did you start playing? What was some of your first gear? Your first guitars that you had?
My first guitar I bought from a buddy in high school. It was a Squire Strat. I actually lied to my mom about. She wanted me to have an electric guitar for whatever reason, but I told her I was just borrowing it from a friend. And then a couple of months goes by. She goes, "You still have that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I bought it." I've said pretty snarky, so she took it away for a little while. But so yeah, red Squire Strat, no amp. So my dad let me borrow his crate, just really basic stuff, and then kind of went from there. Got better gear as I went along. So.
Yeah. So when you started playing guitar, like, did you take lessons right away? Did you just start kind of picking up tabs? Did you listen to a lot? I mean, obviously you were listening to tons of metal and listening to tons of stuff.
It's just mainly tabs is the big thing for me. Tabs and going library at school and printing off 100 sheets or whatever. Yeah. For sure, tabs and just trying to figure out songs I liked.
Right.
Really.
How far in do you think that you were before you started like picking up, like ear tones and like being able to go, oh, okay, I kind of know where that's at.
Last month, man.
Really?
No, man. So I was learning. It took me a bit to get that, just because I just wanted to rip and like play songs that I knew, But after a while, it came relatively easy.
Yeah.
Took a bit though, for sure.
Yeah.
You'll never get it 100%, but.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone because I'm trying to learn how to play bass. I've been trying to like find the right bass teacher, you know what I mean? Somebody, and I'm just, everybody's like, just look on YouTube, and YouTube just doesn't do it for me because you can't really see placement, and sometimes they'll even show you doing scales. You're like, what string is he hitting with his right hand, and what is he holding on to on his left? It just kind of throws me off. So when I find something that I like, I'll just fucking do it over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's repetition is definitely the key there.
Just trying to get the fretboard, the feeling of the frets and the strings.
Yeah, like I tell people when they buy their first guitar at the shop, I just tell them, just keep it by your couch. You're watching TV, play your guitar. You don't have to sit there, okay, I'm going to practice modes now. Yeah. If that's what you want to do, that's killer. But if you just want to get the feel of the fretboard and get going on it, just always play it. Always play it.
Right. Yeah, I've always heard stories of blues players that would sleep with their guitar. You know what I mean? Like that, just to have that feeling, to have it close to them, and
it worked for them.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of killer blues players. Adam D says, "How do you feel about Schecter?"
They're decent guitars for sure. Solid guitars. I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that Explorer shape. I forgot what it's called, but that was pretty cool.
When did they start doing that one? Is that
a couple
fairly
years
new?
ago?
Okay.
I think like 2017. I'm sure I'm going to be off, but Not that they didn't last that long either. I don't think.
Oh, okay. So they're not.
I don't think so. Don't quote me on that. You know, I work at a guitar shop. But
Yeah. What are some of the brands that you guys carry at Capital Guitars?
Oh man, Charvel, Jackson, Gretsch, EVH. That's a big one. Yeah, Charvel, Dean, and Tanglewood Acoustics, and a couple other things too. Sterling.
Okay.
It's another good brand.
Yep.
So, just a lot more of the shreddy stuff. We're kind of known as the shred guitar place, you know.
Yeah.
So, which is cool.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And the owners of the place, they like to rock too. And
yeah, it's kind of crazy that they're my bosses, but it's pretty sweet.
yeah. It's fucking awesome. Billy's good people. Eric, they're both good dudes, man.
Everyone that works there is just the best.
What would be your dream guitar?
Oh man, I don't know. That's the hard one, really. I already kind of have that, I guess, with my white V.
Yeah.
But maybe just to get some custom shop V if I could afford it. But that's really about it.
Like the Lamborghini of V's?
Yeah, just, to my specs. They'd be like, "Are you kidding? That's it?" It's like, yeah, that's all I want. Tobacco Burst V, I'll probably be pretty happy with. So, yeah.
Well, you're not like Rob. You got to have 300 guitars.
No, I'm not. No, I'm good with my 3.
Now, how many of those guitars? Now you've been over to the Carlsons, having some drinks and shit. How many guitars has he allowed you to just snatch up and start? Have you jammed with Rob?
I'm sure if I asked him, he'd be 100% okay with it. But we're just usually bullshitting and having beers and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, how many have I delivered to Rob? A couple.
Really?
Oh yeah, just have some beers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on over, dude. Bring my guitar. We'll drink a fucking Budweisers and Jack Daniels.
Listen to Master of Puppets or something.
Yeah. No, he probably listened to Megadeth, right?
I haven't. Yeah, a little bit of Megadeth for sure, 100%. But it was definitely Master of Puppets and some Death and stuff like that.
What'd you say, Jeff? Skulls is a great driving tune.
Oh, thanks, man.
I said that's one of your cuts from one of your albums, or what?
What did you say now?
Jeff Rice from Cymothwa.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Skulls of the Northland. That's the name of the EP.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I probably forgot a lot of what's on there, but March of Colossus. Yeah, Skulls of the Northland's the EP, and I appreciate that. So.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Jeff, because I have no idea what the hell you were talking about. That's how prepared I am for this type of shit, man. I'm just having a good time, enjoying the conversation.
Hell yeah.
So what, now, you guys have any shows coming up here anytime soon with both bands? Anything?
Actually, yeah, Volsungasaga has a show at Club Underground September 3rd. I'll be putting that on. I got Blood War, Volsungasaga, of course, Living Through Ghosts and Begravement, those young guns. So it's going to be a cool show. Really looking forward getting back into it. Josh was cool enough to give me a date. So
yeah. Do you know if they changed anything down in that room? Do they do any more lights, or they get any sound system upgrades or anything?
I don't know about upgrades or anything like that. I know the music kind of ends at 12:30 now.
Oh.
So yeah, because they're still kind of doing the COVID hours type thing upstairs at Spring Street. So so that's the only thing I know of that's different as far as upgrades. I'm not too sure. To be honest.
Hopefully they I know we were talking about that with Josh to see if there was anything that we could try to get together. It would be really cool to do like a benefit just for them to upgrade some of their stuff, because they're always so good to everybody around the music scene, man. The Spring Street and the Underground are so kind with our Toys for Tots, and they do. I mean, they really support it so much in the Underground. It's just unfortunate that it's you know what I mean. They're definitely due for some upgrades, and I love that room. It's
so fun to play. It's kind of home base, first place we played, and we like it there.
Yeah,
Josh is great.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, the meat beast. That dude's he's a maniac, man. Josh is good people.
Yeah, he makes these weird yag bombs with root beer, and they're tasty.
Yeah,
it's like they go down pretty easy.
Dangerous.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, with him too, though, because once he gets to know you, you know what I mean. Like, as soon as you walk up, he'll just do that look at you like, you ready for this shit? No. And then you got 4 or 5 of them.
I know he gave me a couple. He's like, hey, I need to get earplugs. Can you run and get them? I'm like, no, man. I got to chill out for a little bit first.
Right.
But no, that's good people. It's always a good time down there, too.
Come down the stairs like, here's your fucking earplugs. I fell down the fucking stairs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if there's an ounce of water on those steps, you're done.
What, let me see here. Do you like, other types of genres of music, metalcore, new metal, hardcore, new metalcore, etc., etc.?
I really listen to it all.
Yeah.
I can't. I'll go through phases like everybody else. I'm just gonna listen to Interference for 2 weeks, and after a while, you're like, all right, I gotta listen to something else. But classic rock, I'm really into. Like the Rolling Stones are probably one of my favorite bands ever. New metal, I know of it just because I'm of the age that it was really on the radio when I was coming up. So,
but not a huge fan.
I mean, there's some bangers. I'm not even gonna lie. And
What are some of the standout new metals for you?
Anything from Mudvayne's good.
Yes.
Anything from Mudvayne. Slipknot's good. New metal Slipknot's good. You know, tell you they're not new metal. They're new metal.
Right.
Those are probably the best ones I like.
They're pretty fringy.
Yeah. Like my brother said, I give Korn a lot of static. My brother brought it up. He's like, yeah, that's the heaviest thing we knew about for 10 minutes, though. I'm like, yeah, you're right, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really about it. Stain for 10 seconds.
Right.
But really, everything hip-hop I'm into. Just if it's got a good melody.
So I used to be into some crazy shit back in the day, and I get a call one time, you know, because we used to set up shows at the Mirage, you know, we would do crew work, you know, and roadie shit. We'd set up shows and do security and whatever they needed us for there. And it basically, we just went from the Quest and all over, Fine Line, all the shit. So I kind of knew people here and I kind of knew people there. And I get a call one night from one of the security guys over at the Excel, and Stained is there. And the dude's like, hey man, can you get any weed? And I'm like, yeah, what are you thinking, you know? And the dude's like, I don't know, like a quarter pound, half pound. And I'm like, what? You know, are you serious? Yeah. Dudes from Stained want to buy that much weed. And I'm like, you're fucking lying to me, right? So he's like, here, you fucking make it happen, you know? So I call a couple people, get it all lined up. And I show up, and he's like, meet me at the door, you know? And I'm like, dude, there are cops all over this fucking place. You know what I mean? You're going to walk me in the door. I'm going to go backstage. You're going to hand me a stack of money, and that's it. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. Stain's all good with it. So I'm so sketched out. I got this big bag of weed underneath my arm. And I got this Carhartt jacket on, and I go to the door, and I knock on the fucking door, and the dude kicks the door open. He's like, come on. He comes in, sticks a fucking lanyard, or, you know, a fucking, you know, deal on my shirt, and we walk back there, and I'm walked back by a bunch of cops through this fucking labyrinth of shit. And there's the dudes from Stained, you know, and they're like, hey, here's the cash, fucking throw in stick around, watch the show, you know. I'm like, okay. Same thing happened with Marilyn Manson, except for with cocaine. Same type of thing.
I don't have any story to top any of those.
That's just ridiculous. But you did get to drink beers with dude from Exodus, right?
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I guess he doesn't drink anymore, so good for him on that. Decided to hang it up. Yeah, it was cool. He's definitely the coolest guy I've ever met. He's just down to earth, drinking beer. You guys want to hear Ditto Head? Play Ditto Head, and yeah, great times for sure. And I also met Adrian Smith when Iron Maiden were in town, so that was cool. That's a pretty big deal. I was trying not to melt my brain, but it was
fanboy out like a.
Oh man, I kept it cool.
Yeah,
but I almost didn't. So that was pretty cool. So.
How long did you get to hang out with that dude?
For like a half hour or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a group of people went down there, you know, through Capitol, and it was just a great time. Mm-hmm. So gave him my patch. I'm like, hey, I'm no name band. Here's my patch. Thank you. That was cool. So,
he's like,
yeah, I hope it's in a junk drawer or something.
Right?
I'd be happy with that.
Where did this come from?
It's like Volsungasaga. Just throw it away.
I doubt that. I love this show. Kids around. Check back later. Oh man, sorry about that, Craig. I apologize, buddy. Yes, Mudvayne. That first Mudvayne for me, the first two Mudvaynes were absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah. That's the type of new metal I like. The Taproot and Spine Shank. No thanks, man.
Yeah, I actually had a really fun party with the guys from Spine Shank. So I was kind of partial to those guys. They were more like weird techno shit in mixed in their music too. You know what I mean? They had like that.
All right, I'll hang with them then.
They were all right. They were all right. So now you said Rolling Stones is kind of your jam. What other what other old school stuff are you? You said Sabbath as well. That's another one.
They're the best. Yeah. What else? The Doors for sure.
Yeah.
Mama's Papa's. all that kind of old classic rock stuff, really.
Yeah.
If it's got a melody, I'm into it.
Did you hear about they had to move the singer and one of the other members of Leonard Skinner's? They had to move them to an undisclosed grave because just recently, like I want to say this week sometime, somebody dug them up to find out there was a bet that Van Zandt was buried with a Neil Young shirt on.
Yeah, I heard that rumor too, and someone actually checked.
Yeah, somebody dug him up to find that out.
Well, does he?
They didn't say it. That was the fucked up thing about it. Because I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like you're gonna say
that's some shenanigans,
right
man.
there. Right? Why would
wild?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just tell me whether or not he actually did or not?
I don't know. Being Southern boys, they probably didn't, but I'm gonna say they did.
Right. You never know. It's probably a Confederate flag or some shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't.
Now, have you heard about the body parts being found around Minneapolis?
Yeah. I saw it on the news. That's wild, man.
They found a leg behind what is it? Some Russian
Northeast?
school or some shit, like some Russian art school or some shit like that.
That's
Let me
wild.
see if I can pull it up real quick because I did see it. Yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was blown away. Dude, like we don't have enough shit going on here in the Twin Cities. We've got police violence, we've got riots, we've got shit getting lit on fire. The company I work for had 2 buildings go up in flames. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
The one across from the Excel was one that was almost completely built, and they had flames fucking taller than the damn Excel Center. And then we had another one right over on Lake Street by the Target over there, in that parking lot right there. We had another building that was almost completed too. They were like 2 weeks away from getting all the machines out of there. I think we lost a couple JLGs, but then you got all that shit going on. You got more protesting and riots and shit going on over in Uptown, and now you're finding body parts all over Minneapolis. To me, that is just bonkers, dude.
Somebody's crushing at 2021 bingo for sure. Like the squares are there. It's
right.
Like I told my wife last night, the day before, I'm like, I'm sick of living through all these records we're setting. It's like, let's just chill out.
Right.
Take a deep breath.
It used to be a cool spot. Now all of a sudden, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you think that businesses are going to do? I mean, was Capitol nervous during this whole thing? I mean,
we were a little nervous for sure.
I mean, because they started fucking, riding up in Frogtown too.
Yeah, we boarded up and stuff, but we were pretty quick to unboard and get back on with it,
Yeah.
Of course, it is nerve-wracking. It's a rough time to make a go of it right now, really.
Yeah.
So
do you guys ever have you guys have to deal with much thievery or bullshit going through there? I mean, you kind of are like right on the edge of like the good part of that area and the rough part of that area.
Yes, I used to live around that area too. No, I mean, seems to be always demonstrations at the governor's mansion and stuff. I guess there hasn't been lately, but yeah, not really. I know we've been burglarized once, and that was really about it. We've been pretty fortunate. So.
At that location too, huh?
Yep.
Early when they moved up there, wasn't it?
Not too long after that, yeah.
Okay.
So that's really about it. No one's really trying to shoplift from us, really, because we're really close to the door, and you can't really run out with a guitar in your hands,
Right. Plus, everybody in that shop's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, everybody, is pretty respectful, and
yeah,
we just want to hang and play guitar and stuff.
Yeah. So you guys can just play whatever the hell you want to. Right?
I wish we had like that. No, there's a lot of background stuff to it, but try out guitars.
What are some of the rules as far as like overhead music? Like, do you guys have any rules on that? Can you play anything?
I think Tom told me there's rules, but I don't know. We listen to whatever we want, really. We're not listening to the craziest stuff or anything like that,
Right.
But yeah, it's, as long as it's not like too belligerent,
Yeah. So,
you can't hear what
no
the words
mentors.
are.
No mentors.
No, because you can understand that. And then I play a lot of Gwar and. Fucking animal comes out. I'm like, oh, gotta switch real quick.
Yeah.
There's a couple of typo negative songs that I gotta be quick on.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just be cool about it, really.
Oh yeah. Matt, how do you feel about running with 2 bands? Do you ever feel guilty about it? Worn out? Do your bandmates ever question whether or not you're going to quit or focus on another project or the other project?
No, I kind of lash onto them, so I'm more their problem than anything else. No, it's You know, a family man, you have to find a balance with family for sure, and that's probably the hardest part. If I feel a little bad about it, sometimes it's like, third band practice this week or whatever, but my kids understand, my wife gets it, so they've been really, really supportive and really awesome about it.
How about between the bands? Do you ever have any issues between the bands? Like either one of them are like, hey, are you gonna go and fucking?
Oh no, because with each project I do, I'm 100% with that project.
Here we go. Who would win in a boxing match, a tuna melt or a taco?
Tuna melt.
Tuna melt. Why so?
I don't know, taco. I don't know. Tuna used to be a fish. I don't know.
Good question, dude. Good question.
You got me. I don't know what to say to that.
Tuna melt. That's fucking fantastic. That's good shit. Now I'm missing all kinds of shit on Facebook too, I bet you. Even if I'm on here, I can't find it.
But getting back to that, no, both bands, I 100% attention to. If I got a show coming like this with the Gwar thing, we got to get ready for Wasco, so I leaned a little bit heavier into that and still did Volsungasaga stuff. But you definitely got to find a balance. And
the guys weren't worried about it. Nobody was worried about it.
No.
Well, that's good. That's always an awesome thing to not worry about confusion between the two.
Yes, I'm in bands with people are inside my circle anyways. It's not like, oh, I met this guy through whatever. It's
right.
Just, they're all buddies anyways.
Sure.
Which can be, its own challenge too.
Right. Now, do you guys all share the same rehearsal space?
Yep, we're at Will's spot, the studios, I think he calls them. But,
yeah. How is that down there?
It's awesome.
Is everybody in the collective? Is everybody pretty cool? The people that are around you.
Yeah,
do you have some cool bands? What bands are around you?
Common Choir, Mommy Says No, Kaimothia. I'm sure I'm gonna say some of these names wrong. You Silk. Will's Projects, just a bunch of just rippers.
Just all
awesome.
In a close
Blackbird
proximity.
Bridge.
Yeah. Are they even still a band? Are they still doing their thing?
I haven't heard them going for a while, so maybe not anymore. I know they're right across the hall from us. I think Graveslave is right next to us. I know Ben Parkins is the drummer over there, and he's loud as shit. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
The blast beat skeet.
Oh, yeah.
The master of the blast beat
I'm not
skeet.
complaining. I just try playing guitar to it, and I mess up.
With them or around them?
If I'm by myself, I'll warm up.
Yeah. Let me see here. That's awesome. Now, being in that spot, do you guys record with Will? Have you guys talked about doing any of the video stuff that him and Dave have been working on?
We definitely want to do the video stuff, and Volsungasaga is lined up to record with them pretty soon. So, yeah, I definitely want to work. Will's a great guy.
Yeah.
So.
Now, are you guys going to do another EP, going for a full length?
We're going to do a full length this time.
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
How many tunes are you thinking about doing?
Between 7 and 9.
Okay.
And one bonus track. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cover?
Yeah, it's going to be a cover. Yeah. We're going to be those guys.
Yeah, that's okay though, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You give something that you enjoy,
yeah.
A little bit of your own flavor too. I think that's always fun.
Like I said, if you play in a pagan folk metal, but you can't take yourself too seriously.
Right.
You gotta have fun with it.
Yeah.
Or else what's the point? So, no, we're really looking forward to do it and getting that going. So,
are you gonna folk like pagan folk up your own style shit or what? Or is it that style of music you're gonna?
That's what I call it. But if you ask Jake, my co-guitar player, he's like, it's just Viking metal.
Yeah.
So, we just got that melody and that kind of bounce to it. That's kind of where I get with that.
Sure. So if you're gonna do a cover, are you gonna make it more Viking metal?
Yeah, it's gonna be from Einherjar, which is a Viking metal band.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we play the song live a couple times, messed it up even more. So, Odin Ozial is the name of the song, so we're gonna do that up. And
okay.
It's gonna be. Yeah.
I was just hoping you were going to say, yeah, we're going to grab,
yeah.
like a old school tune, some a Stones tune, say, just for the fuck of it, and make it, Viking metal it all up, because that would be awesome as shit too.
Funny to do like a Skid Row song like that. Slave to the Grind, like folk metal.
See, but that's awesome though. That's like a really underrated album, man.
Skid Row's underrated.
Yeah, I think so.
Carlson and I have messaged back and forth like, yeah, he's alpha male at this point, like. He's the man.
Yeah.
It's a box and box for
yeah.
sure. Skid Row's awesome.
See, now
they're not hair metal either. They're
right.
not hair metal.
Well, I honestly that Slave to the Grind album, which is really hard to find nowadays. It's really difficult to find, and I thought they were going to go that heavier direction, before Sebastian ended up, not being with him anymore.
Yeah,
which really sucked to me for me because I never got to see him like live with Sebastian Bach. I think I did see him without him. And I was just kind of like, man, because dude was
a bummer.
He had killer vocals, man. He had such a strong voice back in the day.
I mean, you still got the guitar players, so that's kind of cool. But you listen to it for that dude,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen fucking so many hair bands, man. Great White, Trickster, Enough's Enough, Pretty Boy Floyd, Bullet Boys, Cinderella, Motley Crue, Poison. Kingdom Come, White Snake, fuck. I can't even think. There's got to be a handful more.
Gross.
So many hair bands. Bon Jovi, got to see Bon Jovi. Slippery When Wet.
That'd be the tour to see him on. If you saw Bon Jovi, that'd be the tour to see him.
Yeah, with Cinderella on their first album too. So that was
that was a cool.
Pretty
package,
rad.
Yeah.
Pretty rad. And then what Monsters of Rock? I got to see for Natanic. I got to see the Sammy Hagar 5150 tour on Monsters of Rock. Now, I was always a huge David Lee Roth fan because he was just so obnoxious, and plus the martial arts was something for me, man. Him flying around and kicking, and just doing his bow staff shit, But Natanic and I and Rob and everybody kind of go after Natanic on this whole deal with who's better, Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth, and. Man. There's so many people that are like, he wrote stronger songs with Sammy Hagar than he did with David Lee Roth, which is to me,
Hagar's a way better musician than David Lee Roth.
Right.
But David Lee Roth is David Lee Roth.
Right.
Sammy Hagar cannot be him as much as he wishes deep down.
Yeah.
It's Diamond Dave all day.
Yeah.
For Van Halen.
Yeah.
There's
his
some good
solo
songs
shit too.
With Hagar though. There's some good stuff.
Yeah.
But Van, just like Sabbath Ozzy is the best version of that.
Yeah.
Dio rips. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But Sabbath's only Sabbath with Ozzy.
I really appreciated Dio on his own. I liked his own thing. To me, it was like I was so used to hearing Ozzy with Sabbath. You know what I mean? And like the foundation. They were for me. That was what made metal. You know what I'm saying? Like it was blues. It was all blues, and just like this dirty fucking nasty, 3-fingered fucking heavy groove,
Yeah, to me, Ozzy's voice, just sounds so sad all the time.
Yeah.
So that's really lends itself well, I think, to Sabbath. Well, Dio's like fighting wizards and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's cool too, But I want to hear some morose, like sad stuff.
Right. Right.
Plus, maybe my just love of Black Sabbath won't let me think otherwise.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of I feel you on that one, dude. What advice could you do could you give another person to help promote their band?
Oh, man, I'm kind of bad at this. Hit up Facebook a bunch. Just keep plugging away, really. That's the only thing you can do. All avenues, not just Facebook.
With me, man, I promote the shit on Facebook a lot. But I've also had, like, within the last week, I've had bands that have sent me their flyer, which I've been already circulating for 3 weeks at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that miss my shit too, I really miss being able to go to shows and having, stickers or flyers that you can hand out that people will take and put in their pocket. Because honestly, man, back in the day, I would love going to shows and coming out of shows and having 5 dudes in front of you, or as you're walking down the street, someone's going, "Hey, dude, here!" They see you with a Sacred Reich shirt on, or something heavy. Fuck yeah, Slayer, and they throw you a flyer.
Yeah.
You put it in your pocket, you totally forget about it. You wake up, out of a stupor, you reach in your pal. What the fuck is this? Oh, I didn't even fucking remember having it. I'm gonna go check that band out. Or you actually get a chance to have a one-on-one conversation with people. Now you kind of have one of those jobs where you could, hey man, yeah, that's a pretty cool guitar. Can I check that out? Yeah, here, fucking let me give you a chord. Let me give you, here's an amp. You can fucking test it out. And then, oh, you're into this, you see somebody's patch or something that has something cool, Unleashed, Amon Amarth, something cool to where you're like, hey man, if you're into those cats, fucking check out my shit. You can.
Oh yeah,
it's
definitely kind of nice having your EP up front, and hey, $5, you know,
Yeah.
check it out if you like these bands.
Yeah.
And we do sell local stuff too. If you ever want to bring your stuff down for consignment, we'll sell your CDs for sure.
Capital Guitar, do it up, folks.
644 Selby Avenue.
Yep, get over there, sell your stuff, man. It's another good spot. You know what I mean? Obviously, Cheapo and all those other places that do the consignment stuff, but you're going into a guitar store, man. Why not have your stuff in a guitar store? That's a great idea to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, Adam, it's one of those things where you have to be creative, I think, these days with your promotion and trying to. I mean, Neil from Kunanoon did some stuff too, where he would do the Facebook promotion, and he would only put like a specific amount up there, $5-10 or whatever per show or per, say he's getting ready to drop an album, and they have parameters where you can actually go in and hit like if people like specific bands on there, they have that parameter where when it comes up, they will, it'll shoot them a notice or whatever, you know what I mean? You're promoting to them. I think you have to be really, really, you got to try to figure it out, man. It's not like the old school, this new school stuff. I mean, Facebook is great. It's a great marketing tool, man, but they really dial you back when it comes to things like that. I promote the fuck out of shit, and it's really difficult from my standpoint, because I don't have a real, like a dog in the race really when it comes to band shit. It's just all the podcast stuff. But I love all the bands around town because I love the creativity of everybody around here. There's so many talented musicians, like the guys from BEASTFACE who hit me up, and that was the first tune that we played in the very beginning. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, make sure you go back and listen to it. It's called Big Belt Buckle from BEASTFACE. Guys like that hit me up and asked me to do a debut song. Fantastic dudes. You guys are talented as fuck. Why wouldn't you want to, try to meld in with those style bands? And I mean, you got to come up with some pizzazz.
Yeah. It's kind of a fine line too, because you don't want to oversaturate it and you like post every day. You got to figure it out. But same, you got to keep doing it. It's kind of a weird thing. Promotion. What's what is kind of crazy too is that what I've seen some of these some of the gent bands doing too, man, is releasing singles and releasing videos for their stuff. And Common Choir's been one of those bands. With the 1459 live stuff, those guys are offering like 3 songs for $250. Yeah. Fantastic video, fantastic sound. Simothwa just released, I think, 3 this last couple weeks. They have fucking the last 3 songs they've done. What is it? Swayze Shade of Winter. Their song titles are fucking fantastic too. But that's the kind of stuff that I like to see, is people trying to keep their bands on the tip of people's tongues, like knowing, and with YouTube, man, that's the thing. I've noticed a lot of bands are starting to do this. They're building their YouTube up. They're trying to use content. They're trying to get in touch with people and connect with people on every medium of that stuff and stay on people's mind. Right.
So I would say you definitely have to, come up with new ideas. Let me see here. A parent walks into your store.
Oh, man.
Said my kid wants to get into music, playing guitar. What would you direct them to purchase? The parent says they don't want to spend over $400.
Probably something from Gretsch or Vintage Brand. Those are 2 really good brands. Low to mid level. With the Gretsch, you can get a lot of guitar for like $350, $400. Vintage are about $499, but you can still get a really solid guitar. They've had SGs come in the shop and like, I could play a show with this right now.
Now, do you have anything as far as like new and used? Do you guys carry used stuff too?
It kind of varies. Right now, it's mainly new. We got more used acoustics than used electric guitars. Mm-hmm. A couple used amps, but for the most part, right now, it's a lot of new stuff. Sorry.
So now, if somebody came in and they wanted to get a whole combo pack, like as far as like a mid-range, beginner to mid-range guitar and an amp, what's some stuff that you would recommend?
Again, the Vintage and Gretsch. Jackson makes some nice low to mid-level ones too, for sure. And Marshall combo amp. We've got like some MG15s or whatever.
Yeah.
We have some orange 10 watts that just are
Crush.
awesome.
Those are sick sounding
it's not like
too, man.
me back in the day, like a lot of us crate little combo or a PV combo.
Line 6, something like that.
Yeah, line 6s. I've seen a lot of PV Vipers and line 6 Spiders. And
one of my old guitar players played a line 6 forever, dude, and it was like he'd have this little dinky thing, but it sounded great.
People swear by them. The fans of them, they're kind of die-hardish, too. It's kind of great.
Well, that's how it is with anything, PV, what is it, 5150s? People love those fucking things, man.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, dual rectifiers, single rectifiers, I mean, all that Mesa shit. Ampeg was like that for a long time,
so
too.
Much cool stuff.
But, I mean, Marshall's, they've been the pinnacle for fucking ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, have you ever heard anything about the guy from Boston?
A little bit. He made like a rock, what is it called, rock band or something like that. A little bit. I know he did the whole thing by himself, pretty much, that first record.
Well, here's something that I was told, and this was backstage at a Boston concert. It was at Rockfest in Cadott. And Mike Inez was playing bass for Heart, and my buddy Dale Steele from Give and God damn it, I can't think of the name right now. Anyway, Dale Steele brought me over there to watch the show, and he was like, "Dude, Mike Inez wants to introduce us to the guys in Boston, and the dude walks in, big, tall, fucking 6'5" dude, and he walks in, and I'm like, okay, shake hands with the dude, and I sit down, and Dale looks at me, and he goes, you know the story behind that dude? And I was like, no. And he's like, that guy is like super, super smart, like fucking engineer type smart.
For Kodak.
To where he made his own pedals and made all this shit, right? So from what I understand, there's a series or several series of Marshall amps that the original tone is actually his tone that he made. So when you plug into it and you have any kind of distortion, now this is all hearsay from other people, but from what I've heard, Marshall has his signature tone dialed in. It's their standard tone.
That'd be really cool if it was true.
I don't know if it is. I would like to.
I kind of hope it is for some weird reason.
Yeah.
So now every time I play my Marshall, I'm like, Boston.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just moving along. Sorry.
I'll pretend to be dealt.
Right. Oh, that was not even them. Let me see here. Fuck, man. There's so many times that I've wanted to learn how to play guitar or bass or anything like that. How did you find like the discipline to stay on it? Was it just drive from like hearing tunes and going, fuck, I want to learn that shit?
I was always playing it. Just always had it. When I was watching TV or something, I just always played. So that's really kind of what got me going. And then when I started playing with my co-guitar player, Jake, he's taught me a lot of things too. So probably playing with him and just from years of just doing it,
right,
picked it up. So
now with,
wish I took lessons.
Now with Jake, was he more lesson style guitar?
No, he's self-taught as well.
Wow.
So somehow make it work.
So it's just another avenue, like
Yep.
he was figuring out other things that you maybe weren't. And
that's exactly it. He's king of melody, all that kind of thing. I can come in, show him a couple of riffs. He'll go the next couple of days, come back with a skeleton of a song. We work on it from there. It's kind of been how we do it.
Right.
So yeah, it's perfect foil. Really, kind of works really nice together.
Yeah. I've always wondered how that all works, man. To like just have the drive to continue to do it, and I know
you gotta want to do it for sure. I've always wanted to be in a band. It just took me a little while to get it going, But
right.
Yeah, it's really just gotta do it.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about that shit too. Like I just stumbled into it. You know what I mean? Like I walked into a room where these guys were playing, Metallica covers and shit, and they didn't have a singer, and I was like, hey, I'll try it. I've heard that song before, and got up there and I sang through a bass amp for many years. You know what I mean? Like in this shitty, well, it wasn't shitty. It was in the burbs anyway, but it was like. I could never remember the lyrics, so I'd always have lyric sheets, you know what I mean? Even like our first couple shows, I'd have lyric sheets, And then when we started playing our own tunes and like, learning all of those tunes, I pieced everything by, it's like the ABCs, that cadence, A, B, C, D, you start to like that's how you remember those letters, you know what I mean?
Right,
in that
right.
cadence. So people would ask me, hey, what are you singing about? You know, and you could give them the idea of the song, but I could never remember the lyrics that I'd either helped write or sing unless the music was playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like once it started.
It's tricky.
Yeah. Now you sing and play at the same time. How long did that take you to get dialed in?
Oh, man.
That's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, going back, like I kind of cut my teeth jamming a lot with other people too. That's pretty important.
Yeah.
Just jamming with different people, and I always have a set jam day and just go and cut your teeth. Really, it took me a little bit to get it down and a little longer to kind of find my voice, quote unquote. So after that kind of fell into place, it was pretty easy after that.
Right.
I mean, still challenging. I forget words all the time. 100% I've done it every time.
Every
Every time you see us live, I've done it at least twice. I just make up something about Lord of the Rings or something.
Do you just is there a tell that you give away when you fuck up? Do you?
I'm not telling you anything, man. You gotta find out for yourself.
Come to the show.
Let me know if I have one, so I can stop. No, I usually look at the drummer like, hey man, you fucked up. You know, it was me.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. I think
you gotta play it off.
I think that happens a lot with people where you're like, you're blaming it on that dude.
Oh yeah.
You're like a half step off. Oh, that's fucking.
What was up with that fill, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
Forgot half a verse.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
saw
fun,
that.
Though. It's fun kind of falling in your face sometimes. It sounds weird, but you got to do it, progress. So.
Yeah. I mean, I listened, before I even started doing this podcast, like I listened to a lot of comedy podcasts, and I know a lot of podcasters say Joe Rogan, and a lot of podcasters say, Bert Kreischer and Bill Burr and those kind of guys. And they talk a lot about, eating it, real hard when they're up there. And I know that there's been some times where you get off stage. I mean, dude, there's times when I've actually shed a tear getting off stage. Like that was the worst, most painful thing that I've ever fucking done,
I've been bummed.
And you're like motherfucker. I mean, I've had it to where, somehow one of the bands in the lineup has gone over their time and you get cut short, but you've practiced this set and it's like so intense and you're in the middle of it and you're mad about the situation and you want to get up there and you want to do well. And I mean, dude, to where I felt like I didn't purge enough out of me to where I was just fucking pissed. I got off stage, just fucking throwing shit and getting crazy. And then, you're over it. But I just something about music, man, that has always just driven me. You know what I mean? That power, you know what I mean?
It's one of the things I've been doing probably the longest and kind of focused on. So, yeah, I've definitely fell on my face on stage a couple of times. And like Joe Rogan and all those guys say, you got to do it to grow. If you do perfect all the time, you're not really doing anything,
right,
Right.
I believe that, man. I think it's important to learn from your mishaps and failures. And it happens a lot when it comes to promotion. It happens a lot when it comes to booking shows too, Say you admire one guy in a band, and you're like, hey, it'd be cool to play a show with you, and you get them all together, and then they're just drunken buffoons and some shit happens. I've had that happen a bunch of times. I've had fucking fights break out. I've had all, you know what I mean? Like the gambit of craziness in between shows. But it's like you learn from it and you just keep going with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or you do all this energy, you put all this energy in to book a show, and they're playing to the band, other people in the bands, and the sound guy and bartender.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rough scene, but that's just one of those things, keep going.
It was really tough, man. Trying to because it was really funny because when I started booking at Lee's, it was like there were no real places booking on a regular basis. You know what I mean? It was like one weekend it'd be here, one weekend it'd be there. Yeah. As soon as I started booking at Lee's, it seemed like everybody was doing everything on every fucking weekend for 3 years straight. So I felt bad because I'd have buddies who would be playing across town, and I had a whole show here that was, it's like half the people would be here, and then later on, people would leave that other show and come over to ours, or vice versa. They'd go over to the other one, and you felt horrible, like you're taken away from the draw. And that was the hardest thing for me, is booking shows and wanting to help the scene, but there's so many other places, between St. Paul and Minneapolis that want to, do well and support the music scene. And it's
shows it was kind of healthy though, if every place is booking and stuff. So
right, that
double edges again. It was cool, but it wasn't.
Yeah. And I was really surprised, with the show up at Wasco's with Joe's thing. There was a lot of, like hesitation because it wasn't done in the city, because we felt like we could do a lot better here, but nobody knew what the restrictions were going to be and when everything was going to be lifted. And by that time, it had already been booked for 2 months before they really started pulling the restrictions away. And to see it do as well as it did, and it seemed like everybody was happy to be out. It felt
everybody
like
had a great time.
Yeah, it seemed
good energy. Everything was awesome.
Yeah,
perfect weather.
Yeah, perfect weather, man.
Awesome weather.
Yeah, and to have, it felt like it was a resurgence. I hope that
for sure
it translates for the next coming months, because there are so many fucking shows. I mean, sharing people's flyers. I mean, they're popping up. I was worried there wasn't going to be much. Now it's like from now till the end of June into July. Now they're starting to pick up. August is real big. September's real big. August's October. I mean, the shit is starting to boom out real good.
That's one thing I was kind of hopeful for throughout this whole thing is that people will just come out ripping after green light. Let's go do our thing. So
right.
It seems to be the case so far. So.
Well, there are a few bands out here that are showing that they've been working on some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Krog did some videos and they're working on some stuff. I know Glutton's going to start recording soon. I know Rip Snorter's going to be recording some stuff soon if they haven't already. Coffin Rights are doing some stuff real soon. Plague of Insanity, the BEASTFACE guys are already starting to churn out a bunch of stuff. Cymoth was churning out a bunch of stuff. I am really excited. Common Choir is another band that's turning out a lot of stuff. I'm really excited to see what material comes out of this whole COVID shit, because the guys in Endless Rain, I was talking to Matt, their guitar player, and he was like, dude, we're already 2 albums ahead. You know what I mean? Like when you've got that amount of material in the fucking storage ready to rip, man, that's
a good place to be, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've been saying since I came back to the podcasting medium is like, I'm really stoked to see who pops up. I'm worried to see who doesn't come back,
Right.
Because there's got to be some bands that just were like, yeah, fuck it, we can't, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think of.
I haven't heard it. Nothing, off the top of my head that I can think of that, like, yeah, they called it quits, but
right.
You got a lot of local bands on. It seems like the last 3 or 4 years, Rockfest has been pulling a lot of local bands in too, and giving them the opportunity to play that massive stage and to play. I mean, even if you haven't had a chance to see any of the bands on the smaller stages,
Yeah, Stormbreaker.
Yep. Young kids too. Them dudes are young.
Descent is another band that's doing it. My coworker's Nirvana tribute band, they're playing it. So
they've done it a couple years, haven't they?
Yeah, they actually. Yeah.
Tom, right?
Tom and Taylor.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, super rad. Now if you had a choice to play with nationals that were coming through, you've got 5 bands, 5 major nationals that you could play with. Who would you pick?
Oh man, should have asked me this before so I could think.
It's okay, you can write them down if you
All
want
right.
to. Go ahead.
Can it be international or it has to be national?
It can be either one. International,
be
big band.
Really cliche.
There you go.
Emperor.
Okay.
Einherjar.
Yeah.
Insiferum.
Okay.
Gwar.
There you go.
We'll just play Gwar songs too.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know who else. I can't even think of another one. Black Sabbath. They're done though.
That would
I
be.
couldn't even think, man.
Okay, let me see here. Here's another one.
High on Fire.
High on Fire. They're fucking awesome. I got to see those guys in the fucking Triple Rock. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot of times, and they're awesome.
Yeah, that fucking singer's fucking out of hand, dude. Let me see here. What is the state besides Minnesota where you would want to play? What state are you dying to play?
Oh, man. I don't know. Portland. Always seems cool for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Except for all the hipsters, I guess. California would be cool, obviously. Probably somewhere out in the desert.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Colorado, so Cold Colors can play it too.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really about it, I guess. I haven't really thought about it too much.
Yeah. That would be fucking fantastic. I've never played Washington or Portland or any of that shit over there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like you said, there, you know what I mean? There's fucking mad hipsters out that way.
Yeah, I mean, I play with Deaf Heaven, but I don't know what else, like.
Yeah.
Who else is out there?
Yeah.
But.
Hell yeah, there you go. There's the answer to the question, man. Now? Have you guys toured out of Minnesota at all?
No, I was planning kind of like a little power weekend before COVID hit, and that's kind of being pushed back to next summer probably.
Right.
But no, that's really Wisconsin.
What areas are you trying to hit?
Oh, just farmland where
Right.
will have us really.
Sure.
But yeah, head out west a little bit.
Should head north. Try to hit Iowa. Try to hit Nebraska.
That was actually my plan: is Nebraska, Iowa, and probably somewhere in Minnesota.
Hit the fucking the Dakotas, dude. They're fucking Mr.
Yeah.
Biggs up there. That
no Iowa, Dakotas.
There you go. Well, I mean, fucking Gorgatron and all them cats up that way.
We
Nate
would sound
Tannick
like
and all
Air
them.
Supply, man.
But still, man, you know what I mean? There's bands up there far out that way.
I'll still play with them.
Shit, yeah, man. There's all kinds of bands out there, man. I just, I think that it's important to kind of keep that in your mindset,
Oh, for sure. That's the next step.
There's so many bands that are talented around here, and they just stay here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's important to get. I mean, being a family guy, I know that it's difficult to take off. You can't just take off for a fucking week.
Right.
You can't take off for a month, and that's people kind of get down on people. I've noticed that a lot in the music scene too. That it's like, well, you're a weekend warrior. It's like, dude, I'm doing what I want to do.
That's
you
why
know
it's
what
a
I mean?
power weekend
Yeah.
and not a tour.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm gonna have fun anyways. I don't care if I'm out for 2 nights or 8 nights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a blast either way. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to get my kicks, man.
You're fucking driving tomorrow, man. You're not drinking.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Draw straws or something.
Yeah. But like Milwaukee, Madison, them spots there,
Oh, for sure.
Making connections with folks and swapping shows, I mean, there's going to be some some places popping up. I know the North Star Bar in St. Paul, they're booking stuff now. I think
really?
I think Jeff from Witch Den, and I can't remember his other band's name, the drummer of Witch Den. He's booking
cool.
some stuff at the North Star Bar in St. Paul now. It's kind of right on a Payne or Arcade or something like that. And then I think the Eagle's Nest in Robbinsdale. That's where Krog's playing, I believe.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make that show. They have pizza there. So
there you go.
Sorry, Carl. I'm there for the pizza.
Just sitting there.
I'll do it too.
You fucking horns and pizza. That's it, dude. Greasy horns.
Slip around in the pit a little bit.
Hell yeah. Just rub it on your fucking battle vest,
Oh yeah. You got Gwar juice. Might as well put pizza crust and.
How many times have you seen Gwar?
Only once,
Really?
unfortunately. Yeah.
Did you get to see him with orders?
No, but I saw them the last time they came through at the Skyway, which was pretty cool.
They still did the whole fucking show.
Yeah, they did the whole thing, guts and all. So it's pretty cool. Cool crowd. After a while, man, the floor got
so slippery, huh, dude?
It's angled too, so I saw this guy take the nastiest header, man. He fell, hit his head, and slid about 30 feet.
Oh, did he go out? Was he out?
No, he got back up, but can't speak for the rest of his night. But he got up at least. Hopefully his buddies didn't let him go to sleep.
Right, no shit. Fucking concussion. Bad news bears right there, man. Yeah, I got a chance to see him, and I talk about I fucking loved seeing this. Was they had like these like the room divider things. They had those that were all like speakers, huge speakers. They had 2 guys with like fake turntables and these huge afros, and they're like doing this crazy dance they were doing, and playing the music in the background, and then fucking Sleazy P comes out with a shotgun and like this, the
Awesome.
fucking gold suit with the glitter in it and shit, and he comes out and he just boots the one dude and shoots him, and fucking blood flying everywhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I seen him there. I seen him at First Avenue twice. The Quest, I want to say once or twice, and then one small spot. Where the fuck did I see him? Some small spot. Yeah, but I seen him on Scum Dogs twice, and that was the best. I love that album.
Is that what they're touring on coming up?
I think so.
Announced?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to that one. That's at First Ave. So
yeah.
That's
good time, dude.
Yeah.
We just got covered as kids when I saw him when I was younger. It was just like taking it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I want to get, you want to get blood on you, you know what I mean? But when you got to go to school the next day and it's in your scalp and you've got like this fucking red, pinkish fucking, you know, shit all over your face and in the webbing of your hands and shit, it's out of hand, dude.
The last time we went to Slice in New York afterwards.
Yeah.
So we were looking like Smurfs anyways, and our guy Linus had to go to work at his job and he's like a manager or something, so he's looking like a Smurf too, and yeah, didn't want to get anything on my vest, but, you know, I was like, screw it. Just went in there, and I got green all over my stuff.
Yeah,
It's worth it. It was such a great show.
Yeah.
It's one of the few metal shows, if the only one, you'll see more white shirt than black shirts.
Yeah, because everybody wants to get covered.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah, great show, great time.
Covered in that shit, man. That's such a blast.
Yeah, except for if it gets in your face and eyes. That's not fun. But, yeah, par for course.
So with the Gwar cover band stuff, like how did you guys just all you guys love Gwar that much? You were like, fuck it, let's do a cover band.
Linus, frontman, Bano, the bass player, and Dave, the drummer, they all had the idea of starting one like at separate times at the same time kind of thing, and I just kind of hopped on too. So yeah, they just love Gwar, and I like the riffs. The riffs are really fucking awesome. Yeah, I started on bass on it, but then I switched to guitar, and I was like, this is it. Yeah. But we just all love Gwar, really.
Fuck yeah.
Songs are great songwriting. So
yeah, that vocalist did a great job too, man. He sounds fucking. He sounded awesome. I see here, being in customer service job. Have you ever dealt with someone who was trying to heckle you down on prices, or a customer that it was just terrible, bad attitude, rude, etc., etc.?
Oh man, I've been working customer service my whole adult life. I worked at Rainbow Foods in the meat department for like 14 years.
Holy shit!
I've had a couple incidences. At Capitol, it's not so bad because, you know, come on, man, you know, we'll work with you a little bit, but there's some guys that definitely want to, you know, play the game, and that's just, you know, play along with them for sure. But it's more of a problem when I worked at Rainbow. Like, that was some gnarly times for sure.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, anything could happen there. One time we had people set fire to the paper product aisle just so we could steal a bunch of meat. People running out carts just stacked full of meat. And
no shit.
Oh yeah.
What part of town was this? Was this in St. Paul or what?
Well, that's when I worked at Midway Rainbow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then for the last little bit of time I was with the company, I was at the Roseville location off of Larpenteur.
So not as bad.
Oh, it's still bad, but not as bad. Not as brazen, I guess. But yeah, carts full of stuff and a lot of shoplifting and stuff like that. But after a while, you're like, whatever.
What are you going to do?
What can you do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to
run after him.
Yeah.
Hey, man, give me that fucking $4 hamburger.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you got it.
Yeah.
I saw you, though. But,
yep.
Yeah, you don't want to take a knife or get punched out for some steak.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't buy it.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit.
So, yeah, man. I've had, I could go on and on with stories.
Go ahead, man. Let her rip, dude. You got to have some good ones.
Just a bunch of stuff. People not using the bathrooms correctly. And this is all, like, Rainbow stuff.
Yeah.
Just the wildest thing you can think of, it happened. Just think of something and it happened.
Dude, I don't know. Lighting a fucking paper.
That was one of the most wildest times.
That's pretty fucking severe. Lighting a paper aisle on fire just to go steal some meat.
When the power goes out because whatever reason, then that's kind of a whole nother thing, and it's just craziness. So
when you being in the meat area, like if you guys have generators, right? Backup generators for some of that shit.
The Midway Rainbow location was kind of an older building. I forgot what it was before, but it's an old time building, so the stuff couldn't really keep up a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Not a lot of times. It only happened a couple times, but we just unbale a bale of crushed cardboards and cover up the coffin cases and hope for the best. Really,
damn.
That's all you can do.
That would fucking
get all the customers out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but there's not much you can do after that.
Yeah. So nothing. What is the craziest scenario you've had at Capitol when you're working there? Has there any standout things where you're like, damn, did that just happen?
Yeah, during the COVID mess, people getting really bent out of shape about wearing masks. I never got that. It's like just so easy, just wear a mask, you know. And some guy chewing. But
it's my right, man.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is private establishment. We don't have to let you in, you know.
Yeah.
Why are you doing out?
Yeah.
People lying, I got medical conditions. Like, then why are you out during a pandemic, you know?
Yeah.
But that was kind of the main thing, really. Some guy chewed me out pretty hard about it once.
But wearing a mask?
Yeah. He's like, oh, you're a democrat, huh? I'm like, no, man, CDC told us to wear them, you know. And Yeah,
so you're a libtard then.
Yeah, along those lines. I'm like, whatever, man. Like, what are you here for? And got him out pretty quickly.
Yeah. You need strings? What do you need, dude? What?
Yeah. But usually can kind of be kind of smart ass with your answers and diffuse it a little bit. So, but for the most part, it's been pretty chill at Capitol compared to Rainbow. Rainbow is wild.
Oh, I bet. In the Midway, fucking A, dude. That's
Midway was fun. I used to live over there too, so I was like, oh, I'm just going across the street to work. It was cool though. At the same time, it was exciting, you know.
Yeah.
Just always something happening. Plus, my studio's right there. My Apple Music. I don't remember that at all.
Yep, I used to practice there myself.
Yeah.
Yep. And Paler was there when we were there. Are they still there?
I got in there and I used to help Scott with stuff. I was the caretaker there for a little while, and I just vacuum. They're on the second floor. I just vacuum and just smash their door like bam, bam, and just be a goofball, you know. And yeah, so I was in that area a lot, and I love it. So
yeah. So with Will's spot right now, do they have a bunch of rooms open? Did he end up opening that new spot, new area? I know he was talking about like a lot of those things were already rented.
I don't think the new spots. I haven't heard anything about that to be honest with you. But it seems like he has a pretty full house there as it is. There might be one or two, but I think it's been full up the whole time. Which
is good, man.
Which is awesome, yeah.
Which is crazy too, because it's right in that area where a lot of those buildings were getting lit up too, right?
Yeah, luckily he's off in the cut a little bit more, so I think that really helps a lot.
Right.
I mean, Hexagon's like literally right across the street from there, and third precinct, so you can throw a rock just about and hit it.
Right.
But luckily, we've been pretty fortunate. Nothing's really been
no major break-ins or no bullshit.
Nothing like that. I know during the unrest and stuff like that, there was a little bit of worry, as because the whole neighborhood really, but. Yeah, so thankfully we've been pretty good on that.
Well, and that's the thing with Will too, and the people around that he surrounded himself. I wanted to move my podcast over there. It was my intention to get one of those rooms close to his studio space because I really love working with Will no matter what it is. He's such a sweetheart of a dude, and he was going to really help me out with the whole thing, but. Being at the studio I was for 10 years, I was just stuck there. You know what I mean? I didn't. They're about to sell that building, so they ended up booting me out of there. But it was one of those things where, fuck, man, I wanted to get involved in that thing. But being who Will is, he's such a nice guy and takes care of so many people that I know a lot of people that he surrounds himself with all have his back, and that,
for sure.
that you never have to worry. I mean, that's a hell of a collective. All of those bands that you named are all good dudes. There's not like any thieves or any fucking sketchy motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Blackbird Bridge and Cymothwa and all the bands that you named. Those are all solid dudes. Common Choir, all them cats.
For sure.
So I couldn't imagine, too much shenanigans going down there. I'm sure there's probably some heavy beer drinking and weed smoking, though. Maybe. Maybe.
Not on Sunday nights.
That's right. It's not supposed to happen there, right?
Oh, it doesn't. No, for sure. The drinking does.
Yep.
That can happen there.
Yeah. No problem. That's legit. That's
especially when I'm not driving.
21 plus up in that bitch.
For sure.
So. Are there any clubs that you're trying to kind of scope out, or anything that you're around town, or have you got any lines on any clubs, or?
Really, just Club Underground's the main one that I work with Josh. I'm trying to branch out a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta get on it a little bit more, but just for right now, I just got these couple shows coming up.
Go ahead and announce them again. Which ones you got?
Well, like I said, the September 3rd Friday, it's Club Underground. That's the one I'm putting on with Blood War, Volsungasaga, The Gravement, and Living Through Ghosts. That's going to be a good one. And I know on the 25th, I believe that's a Saturday, Gwar's playing that, and that's one that Chris Stark is putting on.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know who else is on that bill quite yet.
Okay.
But that's going to be another one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good shit.
Oh, yeah.
Stark's got a bunch of dates coming up, man. So, yeah, and I really, really want to give a shout out to everybody who was in attendance at the Safety Joe Fest up at Wasco's this last weekend. It was really cool, and we lost our buddy Joe Genovese Christmas Eve to suicide, and which is it's so heartbreaking because he was such a sweetheart of a guy, and to have those people show up. In force. There's a lot of people there, man. A lot of good folks.
Turnout.
And no nonsense, man. I guess Friday night they had some big giant dude, and it's really funny because Dan, Loud Dan. Dan's he used to be, he's a dude that scraps find him. You know what I'm saying? Like shit finds him. And he's telling me the story. He goes, bro, you'd have been so proud of me. You know, I'm like, why? And he goes, man, I dialed it back a little bit. He's like, this guy wouldn't leave. And everybody was telling me this guy's got to go. And I'm like, oh fuck, what happened? You know? And he said he was standing there and he's like, he goes, well, I walked up to him and said, you know, you got to go, dude. Nobody wants you here. And he's like, well, thanks for being cool, you know, like, and he goes, I stopped and I looked behind me and he said there's like 10 dudes standing behind him, you know, because they all told him, like I heard different sides of the story, you know, like everybody's going, oh, fuck, no, Dan, don't go over there and talk to that guy. There's going to be a fight for sure, you know. And then they're like, dude, he handled it really, really well, you know. And then Dan telling me that too, you know. And he said that guy was fucking really big. He's like, yeah, dude, he would have just picked me up and threw me around, you know. Dan has no fear at all. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's good to, and that's fortunate when it comes to, you know, NYDM shows and when we put things on like Toys for Tots and stuff, and that's what we pride ourselves in, like everybody being safe at our shows and
for sure,
and making sure that there's no nonsense going on. I'm glad that the Safety Joe Fest went on without a hitch, and hopefully he can make that shit happen again next year. And
hopefully,
yeah,
it's a good time.
Fuck yeah. And I know Aaron White was talking about booking the Northern Wisconsin Death Fest.
Oh, nice.
He does that every year, and he didn't do it last year because of COVID, but I know that he was talking about booking this whole last week, so I don't know, man. Maybe that's something you guys should try to get on
for
again,
sure.
because that one gets fucking out of hand. I've heard multiple stories about that getting crazy, and that's the singer from Skardink.
Yeah,
Aaron.
Yeah, I'm down to play anytime, anywhere with anyone. Really, I just like playing out with different people for sure. So.
Oh yeah. What was what age was your first play out? Like what was the first?
It wasn't too long ago actually. It was Club Underground, a show that Jess Carlson put on. I think it was a fundraiser for Cavness actually.
The first time you ever played out live?
Yeah.
Shit.
I've always been like behind the scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. So. I didn't really get a band going until after my mom passed away. I was like, I probably should get on this.
Yeah.
That's kind of kicked my ass to get going on it. But, that was my first time playing out with my own band and stuff like that. So
how'd that make you feel, dude?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Made you just want to keep going or what?
Way too fast. I think we had like a half-hour set. We played in like
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's that 20 minutes or whatever. It's not just go for it, you know, but... It was a great time.
You know, it was really funny about being in a band for many years and shit. The guys would always give me shit, and I always thought it was like, dude, just do your thing, you know, just talk, because we only got 5 songs, you know, that type of shit. But they'd always make me want to talk more, like, go, just keep going. And everybody's tuning, and you're like, you guys ready to go or what?
Now you're standing.
You're just trying to fucking yammer on about something, anything, you know.
Yeah, I'm not the person for that, but I have to do it sometimes.
Yeah. You know who was really good at it is fucking Aaron Whitesides. Him and Ben Gould would go back and forth with jokes with that shit.
Nice.
That was really fun to watch when they did the Enabler shit back then.
People are natural ads. They can just go for it, you know?
Yeah.
I get too inside my head. I'm like, oh, man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But it's great. Fun.
Public speaking. Yeah. That's fucking... What days does Volsungasaga practice? Never hear you guys.
Well, who's that? No, we practice on Mondays.
He who Hughes.
Oh, that's our bass player.
Okay.
See you next Monday, dude.
Yeah. We play. So that's always fun when you ask the question and you realize it's already been answered. Yeah, we play Mondays, dude.
So Mondays are the day. Sundays with the Gwar guys.
So Sunday and Mondays are your practice days. And then what days do you work at Capitol?
Oh, man, every day but Wednesday and Sunday.
Is that like your main gig?
Yeah, that's my main gig.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you know, that's got to be a dream job. Like you said, you wanted to do that shit.
100%. That's exactly where I want to be. So
yeah.
Great shop too. So kind of helps.
Yeah, and hopefully they keep getting cool rock stars in there, man.
Hopefully we haven't had a clink in a bit, so we're about due.
Yeah. Well, dude, you know, back in the day, man, there was Northern Lights, the record stores, and there was one in downtown. There was one on University right there, which is Urban Lights now. That's right next to the Wig Place or whatever, you know, right by the old school bookstore right on Snelling and University right there. those places were the places where they would have in-stores all the time when we were kids. They would have fucking bands playing in there and shit all the time. That needs to happen more. You know what I mean?
It's always a great time when it does.
Fuck yeah,
sure.
dude. That's what you guys should do is have some fucking, you guys should play some sets up in the fucking Capitol, dude. It'd probably be hard with all the stuff.
That and, yeah, it's maybe in the basement.
There you go.
Just hang out in the basement. That'd be kind of fun. We practiced down there before.
Yeah.
We're in between studios, so.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's always cold down there. Feels good.
I've been down there a couple times picking up amps for shows and shit.
Yeah, that damn fridge and
yeah.
the Ampeg. I remember I volunteered that once for NYDM show. I'll bring it. And I'm like, oh, man, I got to bring down those Club Underground stairs.
Dude.
It's winter. But you guys had a couple of prospects there that you guys had them doing. I was like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fridge.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, with doing that. And that was another cool thing about the Wasco's thing is we haven't had anybody you know, any interest in joining the club for a while. And it's not like we go out and say, hey, you want to join the fucking club, you know, whatever. But we actually did have a couple people that were interested
nice.
in joining, which is exciting, you know, something new and new blood and, you know, good people. And that's what we're looking for is people who want to help out other people and promote the music and promote the scene and, you know, try to help some folks out. Now, do you guys like to play benefits? You do anything like that? You guys?
Well, we've done a lot with you guys, NYDM and stuff like that. And the Gwar guys, we just had one of our band members pass away not too long, a couple of months ago from suicide. And I'm trying to plan something with that, a benefit for his daughter in the coming months here.
Yeah.
Want to really send him off well.
Well, dude, you know, fucking make sure I get a flyer for that.
Oh,
make sure we
know about it for sure.
We can push it as hard as possible because that is a very that's a tough situation, man. Especially through this whole COVID thing, man, and being, you know, shut in anyway, you know. But then if you were already doing the family thing and kind of being shut in and staying with your family anyway, and then being forced to do it, it's so much harder, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then not being able to properly send somebody off, and I mean that was the problem with Joe too, you know, like you know, his wife Heidi is such a sweetheart of a gal, and you know, I don't think, knowing Joe, I think I seen him upset maybe twice to where, you know, you get a little concerned about it, you know, and that's a fucked up thing about suicide, man. You just never know, and you try to, like, you know, hey man, if you ever need to talk, and the thing about being a dude too, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has come up on the podcast like the last couple times. It came up with Adam D and myself, and then with Josh Kellerman as well from Semtex. We talked about you know, mental health and how, you know, dudes are very, you know, you're pretty stuck to your own shit, man. You know, you grow up to kind of, like, you know, not show your emotions and kind of bury things and not let that shit, that kind of, you know, people think that's weakness too, you know what I mean? Like, you're not.
It's kind of definitely an old school kind of mentality.
Yeah.
But, you know, with your kids and stuff, you want to tell them, hey, don't be afraid to show your feelings and stuff and talk to people. And it's hard. You just got to keep reaching out and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, with like, now I never like experienced the whole cutting thing. I mean, I did it because of, like, scarification, like to have, you know, I carved a fucking anarchy symbol into my arm when I was a kid and shit. But, like, girls that my daughter hangs out with, and even my daughter has had cutting things. 2 of my daughters have done that. All three of my daughters have done that. But I just don't understand that. In trying to tell them and let them know, like, they can come talk to us at any time. And I know it's really difficult when you feel like your parents or anyone is going to judge you by what you say and how you feel. You know, a lot of us have morbid thoughts. I mean, a lot of metal guys that we know, I mean, you think about, I mean, the shit that we watch, horror movies and, you know, I mean, you know, sick religion shit. And I mean, we were just talking about, you know, body parts in Minneapolis being found, you know, and I'm fascinated by serial killers and mobsters and, like, all this crazy shit. But I've always been kind of one of them dudes. If I was off, I would always seek someone out to chat with, you know what I mean? And it's so difficult to see your friends go through hard times and be afraid of, like, you know, admitting that they need help to get, you know, even on some sort of antidepressant or anything like that. It's so fucking difficult to see people go through that stuff. And there's been several people in the music scene that have been open about it, you know. And I just think it's very important that people need to take care of themselves and fucking make sure they get the help that they can. And it's fucking difficult these days. Expensive, too.
That, and yeah, with COVID happening, I had to keep saying that, but it happened, and that did not help at all, and it's rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime anyone needs to talk to me, hit me up.
Yep.
Facebook.
Talk guitars.
If you got my
something.
number, yeah. Talk guitars, yeah, for sure.
Get your mind off the shit, man. That is definitely something. Never be afraid to get help for yourself, and make sure that you know that even at the worst days, there's always tomorrow. Once you shut down and reset yourself, I know that a lot of things in life feel like it's the end of the road, like you can't see past your own nose at times. I've been there myself, like this is the end all be all, man, or you're just like, fuck this shit, and you just gotta, my mom always said it to me, like there's always tomorrow, and if you shut down and reset, maybe you can reflect enough to find the avenue to get through that hard time. And I know we talked about, our parents, passing away and things like that. Like my stepdad, passed away from cancer, my grandma and things like that. Like that was a really, really tough time for me, man. I remember finding the bottle and not coming out of that for a long, long time, and just being miserable. Like, this is going to help me forget it. And you're just like, just fucking
Easy.
A mess.
It's a quick fix at that time, but it can get to be a very long ordeal, if you do just find the end of the bottle all the time.
Yep.
So it's a slippery slope for sure.
How did you get past it? I mean, how was your dealing with the grief on that type of thing?
It hit me kind of hard.
Obviously,
with anybody else, and then just got the band stuff going. I guess that sounds weird, but I decided like, okay, I got to start this band stuff, and that was it. Blinders were on, and you
found it a good outlet,
for sure.
And probably we're like fucking, it's now or never. You know?
Exactly.
Get busy.
Jamming with Jake and jamming with other people, and then like, all right, progress and get going. So that's definitely 100% helped.
Now, how do you feel like you found your wheels after jamming with certain people? Did you find that niche for yourself? I mean, were you like confident enough to go, yeah, I can pull this off?
Yeah, I mean, with the guitar stuff, it's like once stuff starts clicking, then you get more confidence, obviously, and you keep, you run with it.
Yeah.
And then the vocal thing is no one else was going to do it, so I just did it.
Kind of forced into it.
Kind of found my way into it, yeah. Walter's got a crazy voice, too. So, but yeah, just do it. I know it seems to be my theme right now, but you just got to do stuff.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, like Nike.
Yeah, don't try, just do.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, man, life is fucking short, man, and getting after it and just getting to it. I know if you've ever thought about getting involved in music in any way, like now is the fucking time. Never wait. Right now, I'm trying to learn how to play guitar or bass, and I'm trying to figure out, but I play every day. And just fucking
That's clutch.
finding.
See your bass right over there,
yep,
man.
one there, one at home. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So I was like, yeah, I got the white version of that one, and I got it on eBay for like $150. You
Nice.
know, I was like, sweet, So then I was like, I need a bass amp. I was talking to Carlson. He was like, hey man, just come over and I'll show you, some dexterity things that you can do.
Yeah.
I never went over there, but I was like, okay, I need to get an amp. So I look on Facebook Marketplace, and I found that and the practice amp for $150. So I was like, fuck, I got the whole deal, man.
There, man.
Yeah.
For
and it was
sure.
young kid, and he was like, well, I figured I want to play guitar now. So this money's going right to a guitar. So
That's
I was like,
cool.
there you go, dude. Here you go, man.
He's not giving up on it. He's
Yeah.
just going to something else.
Switching it
for
up.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we offer lessons at Capitol through Jack Mask or Joe Anderson.
Yeah.
So hit us up.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Shameless plug.
Well, like I said, with me, I just want to find the right cat that'll, you know what I mean? Because that's what I fell into was metal. You know what I mean? I was on the path that way anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And I never sang before. I never did anything like that, and I always wanted to play an instrument, but just something about bass. I've just always wanted to do it, man.
It's
just
fun to play.
Holding that fucking,
really is.
Holding it down a little bit, man. I think I could catch a buzz and just sit there and do the same thing over and over again.
That's the secret. Don't tell them. Now we're going to get a bunch of guitar player and bass players.
That's okay. We need more bass players.
And drummers.
Drummers, no shit, dude. You guys offer drum shit there?
No, we can get you sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just guitar and bass.
Yeah. Vocal, any kind of PA shit there at all?
Nope.
More guitar stuff.
Yep,
bass
guitar, amps, bass amps.
Yeah, fucking A. That's but I know Billy's always said, "Hey man, whatever you're looking for, let me know. I can try to find it for you too."
Oh,
so
for sure.
I'm always like hitting
Billy's
him up.
really good at that.
Yeah.
Like suspiciously good at that.
Yeah.
But no, he can find you what you need for sure.
Yeah. Just make sure. Now you guys got some pretty expensive guitars there too, right?
Yeah, we got a couple big ticket ones.
High end Jacksons, high end.
Yeah, Jackson Custom Shop's kind of our thing. We got a couple. They look like Ibanez's, but they're Jackson Custom Shops.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do not like them because they're gems pretty much.
Yeah.
But they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Whenever NAMM happens, we usually get a couple of those custom shop ones.
Yeah.
So if you want something built by them, we can make that happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Carlson do that?
No. Once he found that Road Warrior shape, that he's been kind of into that.
Yeah.
For sure. We have a couple of customers that are really into Jackson Custom Shop stuff.
Yeah.
That will get them
What now?
built out.
What is something like that run? That's got to be spendy, dude.
Well, off the top of my head, the Jackson Ibanez's gems, those are they're well over six.
No shit.
$6,000, yeah. We got a couple in there now that are 2, 3. So it can get pretty expensive pretty quick. If you're going custom shop, you have to really want it.
Damn, dude, that's some fucking cake right there, man. 6 racks for a fucking guitar. Woo!
People get it though. They love guitars.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, man. I had Gene Hollister on here. You know who Gene Hollister is? Gene is he's been a booker in this Twin Cities for a long time. He's done a lot of really big festivals. He used to help with X Fest and Edge Fest back in the day. So he's been around a long, long time. And we got into a conversation about some of the guitars that he has, like old school fucking 60s guitars, like really, really high end guitars. And he contacted me and he's like, dude, you gotta cut that out of the interview. So it took me like 2.5 hours to find like this little snippet of us talking about some of his higher end guitars.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you got to take it out. So I snipped out all the numbers that he was saying, but as far as like price wise, but then just knowing the years of the guitars, he was like, dude, you have to take all of that out of there.
Oh.
So I had to go back and spend more time because I didn't mark it between, you know what I mean? I didn't mark the area that I found. And man, that was tough. But he has some really, really nice
Some
guitars.
guys out there have some wild stuff.
Yeah.
It's
You
awesome.
you guys ever get to see any of that stuff as far as like repairs and shit?
Oh yeah, we'll see some really, really cool stuff. Old Gibsons and like one of a kind stuff. It's pretty fun to see.
Anything that off the top of your head that you can remember?
Old Les Paul Customs.
Yeah.
It's kind of big. Some really nice PRSs, stuff like that.
Paul Reed Smith?
Yep. Cop guitars.
Do you ever get Paul Reed Smith guitars? That's what Adam just asked.
We don't carry them. We get them in used, but occasionally we'll get them.
Yeah. And is it just, so you'll just get used? So if somebody wanted to come and like trade up or like sell it to you guys, do you guys do that too?
Oh yeah, we'll definitely buy whatever, or even consign that we sell it for you and take a cut. But the brands that we don't carry, we won't be able to order for you, obviously.
Right.
So like the PRS, we don't carry that. FMIC Fender, more than half the brands in our shop are owned by FMIC. We can't get Fender Strats.
Oh.
So.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, there's other guitar shops around that carry that.
Right.
You don't want to step on their toes.
Sure.
Respect thing. And
Right. So I mean, are
carry
you guys?
Jackson, so.
No, are you guys in contact with other guitar shops?
It seems that we're all pretty friendly with each other for sure.
So do you know any cats at other guitar shops that you're like, hey, you work there? Hey,
In passing, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But we'll send people to Eclipse and Vig Guitars if we think they'll better suited over what they have. Just Twin Town's another one.
Yeah.
So all the guitar shops are pretty friendly with each other.
Well, that's pretty cool because I know when it
sure.
comes to like tattoo shops and shit, like I was at my buddy's tattoo shop, Lowbrow Saints Tattoo Collective, just the other day, and he was like, if somebody comes in and wants a like a portrait, he's like, I don't do portraits. My style is like old school. He goes, I'm not above sending them to a friend or to a shop that I know of, which is virtually unheard of because a lot of those dudes are like, I'll take your fucking money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of goes against what you think you should do, but in the end, then they'll send people over your way.
Right.
You know, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
so.
that's good. That's good, especially I suppose if you guys specialize in Jackson and somebody comes in.
Yeah, we're the metal guys for sure.
Yeah.
Eclipse has a lot of pedals. I know.
Yeah.
Levant's has a lot of crazy stuff they can get. Gibson, the Fenders, all that
Right.
stuff.
Well, that's awesome. I like that you guys are all cool with each other.
Of course, we want to be the best, and we are the best.
The shredders, yeah.
We are the best, but all of the guitar shops are just awesome too.
Yeah. Capital Guitars over on what is it, Selby there?
Yes, sir.
Selby in St. Paul, right? It's pretty close to the Capitol, right?
Kind of, yeah. We're on the corner, almost by the corner of Selby and Dale.
Okay.
We're west of Dale,
Gotcha.
so right by E&J Dry Cleaners.
Gotcha.
Don't park in the side lot there when you come to see us.
They'll tow your ass.
They'll tow you quick.
Really?
So,
they got the fucking goon squad out there
for
quick.
sure.
Huh? Had nothing wrong with that.
They're a lot, so whatever.
Hell yeah. So when is that? Your shows again?
September 3rd is a Friday, and that's Volsungasaga, Begravement, Blood War, and Living Through Ghosts. And then September 25th is Gwar is All We Know, and I don't know the other guys on that lineup quite yet. But I'm sure Chris will be announcing
dropping
it.
Soon. Yeah, he'll be dropping it soon. Now, where can people go and hear your music right now?
All Bandcamp, everywhere, streaming services.
Okay. You're on Spotify and all that shit?
That stuff, yeah.
Good stuff.
I might have a couple EPs still kicking around. I know we're running kind of low on it.
Make sure you can get them at Capitol, right?
Yeah, Capitol. Or if you just hit me up, I'll deliver you one.
Yeah, that's what you did with those tickets,
I'm a
man.
Sucker, yeah, for sure.
There you go. Well, hey, man,
gotta make it happen.
Yeah,
so.
you got to make it happen. That's I know with a lot of the pay-to-play shows around here too. You know what I mean? Well, it's not really pay-to-play, but to sell the pre-sale tickets, man, a lot of people will, hustle around to try to get them out as much as they can.
Yeah, for sure.
It's important. You got to do that shit, man. It's not like it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. Dude, thank you very much for coming on the show, dude. I appreciate it very much. When you guys are ready with recordings and get some stuff out, fucking come back. We'll be able to do more songs on here. I apologize for playing someone else's music on your podcast, but it was like
awesome.
they wanted to do it, and I really appreciate them even asking me to do it. I appreciate everybody watching the show. Thank you very much. Don't forget tomorrow if you've got a motorcycle and you or a hot rod, or you want to come and hang out. We've got a benefit going on. It starts out at the Park Place Saloon or Sports. Damn it. See, now you guys probably didn't hear any of that. Well, that benefit is tomorrow. Make sure you show up. It's going to be fun. And I forgot that I didn't fix the audio on that shit. What a drag, man. Fucking, that's what happens when things update. They just
technology,
don't.
Man.
Yeah, dude. They don't work right. I appreciate, dude, for coming and checking it out and hanging out. And dude, it was awesome. We got to do it again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have a good night, folks. You guys be cool. And we'll see you later. Peace out.
Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast.